Hi guys, it's John again with In the Woods of Bigfoot. We're continuing our series today on how-tos and tips and tricks with carving. And I don't know that in this series I'm going to actually show carving anything, but I may see how it goes. Just kind of want to show how to use the knives and things, and hopefully help somebody out somewhere along the line. But yeah, we're gonna look at the Sloyd today, and some cuts to make with the Sloyd. And the Sloyd is it's going to be your primary carver. Some people use a little smaller detail knife as their primary carver, and I'll throw that in there too. But primarily, a Sloyd, or some people would actually use a larger knife like a Mora, Mora classic 1-2, more classic, or Mora companion or something like that, and all of these works with that too. But I primarily use a Sloyd when carving, and unless I'm in the woods doing whatever, and I may not have my Sloyd with me, and then I'll be using my big knife or my pocket knife, who knows. But how this works, well with all of that. So we're going to look at getting these a few techniques for making it where you can carve enjoyably and carve a little bit with less fatigue. I noticed that a lot of times when people are carving, they complain about their hands are hurting, or their shoulder gets hurting, or the wrist hurts, or whatever. I want to try to expound on a little bit of that, the things that keep that fatigue down, if you will. And this will be part 2 in our series. But yeah, I want to show the way that I keep my big old arthritic hands from hurting. Got bad arthritis in my thumbs, both of them, both in that knuckle and that knuckle on both hands. I'm a mechanic by trade, industrial mechanic, so there's a lot of wear and tear that goes on the old paws. So when I'm doing things that I love to do, when I'm not doing things that make me a little bit of money, I don't want to hurt. I want to enjoy myself. So let's get to this. Look, as Brian Stevens said, let's get down to the stump top. All right. Right here we've got a little block of basswood. It's something I've been messing around with. I got my Sloyd. I see a lot of people, they're carving like that, and that's okay, as long as you're carving something really, really soft, we'll say, like this basswood. Then you get into something harder, like I've done some carving on some poplar, and that's some pretty tough stuff. But if you take that thumb, back that blade up, and you can use that thumb to pivot off of, and then all you have to do is just lever that knife over like that. You can really dig in deep and really make some nice, smooth, long cuts. And it takes the fatigue off of that arm and that hand, and you just kind of hold your wood, so you're kind of pulling that blade across there with that thumb, and make some really nice curls, really nice cuts. That seems to be something that I see people doing a lot, is just hogging and dogging like that, and not only is that dangerous, but it's rough on the hand, and it's rough on the shoulder and that wrist. But you can just push it like that through there, and it just peels the wood right off. And something else is that I noticed that people tend to get in a bit of a hurry, and they want to just take big old chunks off there. And personally, I know that that's dangerous, and I know that that's harmful. Not just it's dangerous because you might get cut, dangerous because you might cut somebody else, but also dangerous to your joints, and you're not going to enjoy carving as much if you walk away from carving and you're hurting. So take your time, take nice smooth cuts. You don't have to make big chips and big shavings. Take your time with it, enjoy what you're doing. Remember that carving is a process, and that process will it's I see it as figuring out as I go what to carve out of something. Like a little rabbit right there. That started out as a bear, believe it or not, and the process made it a rabbit. There's a process here, and there's some other little that little guy. He was actually looking the other direction when I started carving him, and then his nose broke off. So then he was looking at his face-on project, and I cut too deep into his mustache and broke half of that off. So then now he's looking this way. So it's a process. That little guy, the hat was way different when I started on him. And he broke the bill off and turned it into a trapper hat. But like I said, there's processes in all of these things. This little scoop started out as something totally different, and it's not even finished. It's just a in process type. That's a piece of poplar that I was talking about. That stuff is way hard. It's a lot harder. As you can see, it makes nice details, but that's some hard stuff. spoon. It transformed several times. The handle was supposed to have been wide and more flat, and you see where it's at now as it cracked off. And that's just kind of the way love goes, baby, as they say. And I know that I said I was just going to do the Sloyds, and here I was also going to touch on the Moras, my Mora companion, my oldest. First bush draft knife. See that same process. You just push them through it. Yeah, I know you got to cut your little notches, and for making little noses. See, I'm using that thumb. Same thing. That thumb will save you a lot of pain by the end of the day. It really helps. Yeah, I was going to go ahead and touch on the spoon knives. I think I'm going to do that in a different series, or a different part of this series. So we'll do the big bushcraft now. There's those push cuts. But same thing. No matter what knife you're using, that works. It works to elongate your sessions, carving sessions or whittling sessions. At any rate, that's going to be it for this little part 2 here, and we'll carry on with it. We'll wait and see what we do with the next one. See how the mood strikes me on which part of the series we're going to do next. I don't know if I want to do the spoon knife, or at any rate, we'll figure it out. If you've got any requests on which one to do next, then put it down in the comments. And like I said, hopefully I've entertained you or informed you without overly boring you. And like I said, hopefully you'll be able to learn something. Hopefully I can learn something. I usually learn about it every day. So either rate, as I say in Mountain Bushcrafters Alliance, go farther and stay longer, and get out and have yourself an adventure if you can. Times have been as they are. But thank you very much. Appreciate y'all.